Well, greetings, vac fans, especially those who like whole house carpet cleaning videos. So, today we have this wonderful Maircle, not Miracle, but Maircle S3 Pro. I'm going to be running it on medium speed. We're going to go and test and see how much it picks up on this medium pile carpet. We're going to do 1,000 square feet, and we're also going to see how long the battery lasts when run in its medium mode. So without further ado, here we go. Oh, by the way, fresh off a #1 sand pickup test. That's right. This machine right here is the #1 stick vac for picking up sand out of pile carpet. So that's pretty amazing. Now, unfortunately, for this whole house carpet cleaning, I don't have much sand in my carpet, if anything at all. So it may not affect the results. Anyway, here we go. Says we have 35 minutes left. The green lights make the dirt easier to see. Of course, we don't have that much dirt, so it's kind of a relative thing. It is pretty easy to maneuver, but because the battery and everything up here from the canister end is, I guess, so significant, it's fairly heavy to hold in the hand. So I'll be switching off hands on a regular basis. This is not a lightweight machine at all. And while obviously this can go underneath essentially everything, we're going to stick to 1,000 square feet only and not go underneath everything, which would add up to about 1,200 square feet. I'll let Mrs. Vac Lab go underneath everything. Woohoo! If you want to see more videos with this Maircle, then check out its playlist. Yeah, you can certainly see quite a bit with that green light. And obviously it would go underneath all this furniture, but we're going to hold off doing that for right now. Okay, finishing up, getting ready to head down the hallway. Tucking this little corner, and I'm coming down the hallway. Going in the middle bedroom. It goes over grates just fine, doesn't hang up on anything. Obviously going into corners, not a problem. Almost got a cord. So my wife has 2-foot long hair, and this is supposed to have hair wrap mitigation. So we will definitely take a look at the brush roll and see how much hair is wrapped around there. So the battery indicator shows me 24 minutes remaining. That should be plenty of battery life to finish up 1,000 square feet. Yep, goes over the grate just fine. While it does make carpet lines, they're somewhat light, but it does make them. So I hope you can see them. Good.
Oh.
You gotta move the chair. Huh? Let's see if you pick up any of Mrs. Backlab's crafty stuff. This is where she does all that work. Might get some glitter or something like that. Okay, almost done with the second floor here. And then we're going to take a look at the brush roll. Usually where we pick up the most hairs on the second floor. And we'll also take a look at the bin. Alright, 21 minutes left. Now this machine does not stand up on its own, but it does have its own stand. So that's what you have so far. Don't have any idea what that weighs. We'll have to find out in a little bit. Now let's see what we have for hair wrap. So this has fingers that go from one end all the way to the other end. They're kind of short, but you know what? I'm looking, and I don't see... No, here's one. There's one hair right there, but I think that's it. Oh, wait a minute. Here's where it went. Okay, right in there. So, there. It's on one. It's on the end cap here. Let's see. Is there anything on the other end? No. So, there's a bunch wound around this end cap, and there's one somewhere in here, and that's it. Okay, now let's go down to the first floor and finish up. Fits in here. That's convenient. All right. If you keep switching off hands periodically, like I've been doing the whole time, it's not too bad. If you were holding it just in one hand, some people might get excessively tired wrist, I suppose, hand, such as it is. So the battery life indicator says 18 minutes left. Last 2 rooms. So I see Rosie has graced us with her presence.
Hi, baby.
So most vacuums go underneath those chairs. That's a pretty easy task.
Baby.
So will it do much for chair dents? Maybe a little bit. Not a whole lot though. So our countdown timer says 14 minutes left. We're certainly going to make it, and we're going to have, well, lots of extra time, to be honest with you. So after we do the dirt dump, I'll have to go and run the rest of the battery out. Okay, we're finishing up. It says 11 minutes left. And that is it. Okay, we are done. So we have plenty of time left. And here is the dirt viewing. And you can see we have a nice little blob that kind of accumulates in the back. Now, a few rooms ago, this was no longer doing the cyclonic spinning action anymore. So how about we go, that's a nice view of it. How about we go down into the lab, measure it, and see what we managed to pick up. And, oh, I'll just do a quick second hair check. So I think we might have gotten a little bit more right here, and of course you can definitely see there's some bunching up here. That's easy to remove, but over most of the area, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And whatever I saw before that was kind of like over here, either is gone or is bunched up over here now. So Mrs. Lab has over 2 foot long hair, and this is a pretty successful hair mitigation system. We'll see what that is downstairs in a minute though. The empty bin weight, just like in the sand test, was 478.1 grams. Make sure I got that centered right. Okay, I'm going to call it at 483.26 grams minus 478.1 grams gives us a raw bin pickup of 5.16 grams. So that's great. Now let's extract it and see what we can figure out. Need some room here. Nice blob. Take a look at the premotor filter. You know what? We do have a hair. Just one hair. That's about it. So the premotor filter didn't look like it was necessary to really catch anything except one hair. All right. Got to be careful with this so we catch it all. Got a tiny bit of grit, bunch of fibrous material. I always get a bunch of fibrous material, and there's definitely hair in there. There is a lot of hair in there. That's probably the best hair pickup I have seen in well over a year. So that's really great. Now let's see. Can I get anything from the cyclonic assembly here? Right, I think we got all the hair. That is a nice blob of hair. It made it into the bin rather than wrapping around the brush roll. Okay, so I'll go and just have a little brush with my finger there. You can see what's built up in the cyclonic assembly. That will blow out easily, or it can be washed. And I think that's all that most people would really do. So that's that. And it's obviously a lot of fibrous material. It's a huge amount of fibrous material. So let's find out what it weighs. Trying to keep track of all my wife's hair. Make a little more room here. Okay, let's do fibrous pickup first. Yeah, it's mostly fibrous pickup, topical fibers. So we have an extracted fiber count of 4.39 grams, and that's all the rest. So large particles, not really any fine dust. Okay, let's add that in. And that bumps it up to 4.57 grams extracted. And that is a great score. I happened to quickly glance at my database, and in the stick vac category, this Maircle is absolutely top tier. It doesn't take first place, but it's very, very close to the top. So wonderful, wonderful results from this S3 Pro. Now let's see what it takes to clean this Tidy Roll Brush 1.0 up. Okay, so we have a little release lever. Whoop, that just pops easily. You can pull the brush roll out. And let's see what's in here. Light coating of dust. And I think that's about it. I don't see any big hair wrap on this motor cog. That's a good sign. That's a welcome item there. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this end cap off. And yes, we have some hair that's bunched up on the end with the bearing. So you're going to have to make sure that you get your bearing checked and get all the hair off. Otherwise, that bearing will seize over time if you have a lot of hair. And yeah, there's a significant amount of hair that's built up here. It's easy to remove. You just need to remember to remove it. And the other end, yep, there's some hair on the other end. So the hair wrap mitigation is good for most of this brush roll, but not the ends. But that's still, frankly, great performance. And my wife's hair is exceedingly long. Okay, I will have to go and get a small tool to remove the tiny bit of hair that's on the bearing shaft, because that can bunch up. But we can, I'm going to do that off camera. I'll do that a bit later. There, so you can see how easy it was to remove the hair. And then just slot this back in, snap it, and you're pretty much ready to go. It's got some static cling hair in there. You can see that. And that's it. I believe I have about 10 minutes runtime left in the battery here, medium power. So need to run that out. Find this way. Find this way. Four this way. Red, green, white. Green this way. Red, green, white. Two this way. One this way. One this way. One this way. And that's it. And then it just blinks with 0, 0. So we're all done.